actually, I have another super wild dream. Okay, this was the dream. Mind you, I have never ever partaken in any sort of like illegal stuff in ever, okay? This was the wild dream that I had. In this wild dream, I got kidnapped in the dream, and there was this house that had like a bunch of locks on it. And the thing is, for some reason, I was like the kidnapper's favorite person out of all the others that got kidnapped. So it was like I got kidnapped and I was there. I was kind of a little bit older than the rest of the people. It's just like all the other ones were like literally 3-year-olds, 2-year-olds, and like 1-year-old and stuff like that. And I was just like, I gotta go and like look after all these little like children to make sure it's okay. And then the guard in this like place was just like, hey, you know what? It's time to take the medicine. And then like, so each of the kids just line up for this thing. It's just like, guys, this is a vitamin. You must take it fully. Make sure you swallow it properly. Don't even break it up. And like, if a single dust comes out of it, you will be punished. And everyone was just like, okay. Everyone just like tasted like no problem. And I was just like, you know what? This medicine, this vitamin kind of sus. So I just decided not to take it because for some reason, every other kid that was in this house was really just happy to be there and doesn't want to leave whatsoever. And I was like, damn, this is really sus. And so in the dream, I pretended to like take the vitamin, and then I was like, no, I'm not actually gonna take it. So I spat it out and then like went to the bathroom and flushed it down in the toilet or something like that, right? And then the kidnapper was literally just like, hey, Maria, you have to stay with me every single day, okay? And I was just like, sure, yeah. So for some reason, like the next minute, I think there was like a royal family that was going round to these different houses in the particular street that this house was in. And then they were like inspecting all the different places and just being like, oh my gosh, look at how the poor people live. And then they were coming by, and then they had to unlock the front door, right? And they opened it up and they were just like, oh, wait, why are there so many children? So I took that chance to like kind of run outside. So I ran outside and I was like, okay, I'm gonna hide now. And I ran into like a bunch of my friends, and then the friends was just like, Marty, why are you here? We were looking for you for like 2 weeks. And I was like, it's been 2 weeks already? And they're like, yeah, it's all good. Just get in, hop in on the back of the car. It's fine. So I hop in the back of the car with my friends, right? And then we're just driving. And it goes onto the highway. And then when we got on the highway, I looked back at where the kidnapper's house was, right? And then there's like a huge glass wall that suddenly appeared out of nowhere. And literally, I kid you not, every single child in that house, including the kidnapper, was literally staring, making eye contact with me, going at like I don't know how many kilometers an hour on the highway. And I was just like, oh god, they saw me. And then I hid like inside the car. And the next second, we got chased by like another car, and I was just like, what is happening? This is such a wild dream. And so there was like a whole chase happening, and then like my friend was just like, Mari, this is not gonna work. You have to get out of here. You really have to get out. So I get out of the car, and then they were just like, look, over there is the escape to the real world. And I was just like, the real world? Well, I thought we were in the real world. And they're just like, don't worry about it. Just listen to me and run through those doors. So I was just like, all right, I'll do it. And I was just running, and I opened up the door, right? There was a huge door. I don't know how tall it was, but it was at least like 500 times my height. And I was just like running through it, and I was just like, okay. Because there was just like these hurdles, the setup for hurdling stuff. And I was running, and I was jumping over it, and I was running. And then I see someone behind me, and I was just like, oh gosh. And for some reason, there was these little cupboards and stuff on the side. So I was running past them and trying to just yeet it back onto the floor so that it blocks the people behind me, right? That was chasing after me. I just kept running, and then I woke up. After I ran for like what felt like ages, I woke up. And it was such a weird dream. I swear it was a dream. It's either that or like it's another world, you know what I mean? So yeah, after I ran past far enough, it was just as they were about to catch up to me as well. That's when I woke up. It's a parallel idea. So that's a wild dream. How do you remember your dreams? I have this like habit of writing it down as soon as I wake up, you know? I hope you enjoyed the story regardless. My dreams are really wild. I used to have a lot of these like really hyper-realistic dreams which suddenly turn into like an apocalypse kind of situation, and I have to literally run away from a huge crowd of zombies and stuff that's trying to like literally tear you limb by limb, you know? And like I just remember all of these because they're so scary.